Hi, I'm Betty Ng, founder and CEO of Inspiring Diversity and also co-founder of TIQ. TIQ stands for the Think, Act, Interact Quotient for Inclusive Behavior. And today's session is called Measuring and Fostering Inclusion, leveraging TIQ, the Think, Act, Interact Quotient for individual and organizational success. And depending on the client's needs, the size of the group, either I or my co-founder Marlon Young can execute this event. In terms of the agenda, what we have is based on a brief, about 15-minute assessment that participants would take prior to the workshop. We would provide individualized heat maps and reports for how each participant thinks, acts, and interacts with respect to 8 key behavioral dimensions that are critical to defining inclusion. And so within their reports, they would get a snapshot of their areas of strength as well as development, and also some recommendations based on how they actually scored on their individual assessments. We would share summary results and key insights with the entire group at the session for comparing how participants assess themselves versus how they assess their colleagues along these same key behavioral dimensions. And we would have a robust discussion around that. We would then deepen understanding of mindfulness with respect to these key inclusive behaviors, as well as discuss the relationship between individual and organizational behavior, as inclusion and inclusive behavior truly do help to address and also dictate how an organization ultimately looks with respect to diversity and representation, and how it acts in terms of diversity and inclusion, as well as how it feels in terms of the employee's sense of belonging and equity. We will then share actionable tips and stories with each other for how to think, act, and interact more inclusively along these 8 key behavioral dimensions. This can be executed through breakout sessions, group discussions, and we will work closely with our client to discuss more specifically how the client would like to execute this event, and also what other objectives the client will have. And so we hope that we have an opportunity to engage in that discussion with you and to have the session together. Thank you so much.